Their team is better than ours. We might as well go for it. Corner to us. Headed on. Headed. Ah! You know that pain on Football Manager where you're doing all right, but you're just not quite doing amazingly. And then you find the perfect tactic and it just clicks into gear and things just fall into place. Well, I think we might have just done that in the Plymouth save. I'm going to show you all of that today as we go and complete season number 7. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Clayts and today we've got season 7 episode 7 of our Plymouth save, our save where we can only sign players on free transfers, and our save where we've kind of stumbled into a little bit of we kind of got stuck a bit is what I'm trying to say. We finished last season at the end of episode 6 16th in the Premier League again for the second time in a row, as you can see here. And maybe I was a little bit despondent at the end of last episode. Maybe I was a little bit sad and frustrated, maybe, which Football Manager can do to you, can't it? It was a disappointing season in my eyes. Maybe I shouldn't have been that disappointed because do you know what? With Plymouth, we've only signed players on a free transfer. We're surviving in the Premier League. Should that be enough? I'm not sure. Again, it made me think, actually, what's the aim for this save? What are we actually aiming for here? When do we call this save and say it's ended? What are we actually targeting? I want you guys to let me know in the comments down below, because are we going to go and try and qualify for the Champions League? Are we going to go and try and win the league? I need you guys to set me the targets, and that's where we will continue to go to, because when is the rebuild complete, or the build if you wanted to call that, for the Plymouth here? I'm not quite sure, but I'm having a lovely time making these videos. I'm glad that some of you seem to be really enjoying it as well, so thank you for being here. Today I'm going to show you how our season number 7 went, and as I kind of alluded to earlier, I think I've stumbled across the recipe for success. I think we're going to make some strides forward today, and also a little bonus for you. There's going to be a live com. Before we do make our way through to that live com at the end of today's video, a quick reminder to subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy this series, if you enjoy any of the other content on the video, then make sure you do subscribe. We're very, very close now to 15,000 subscribers, which would be crazy, really mental. Thank you so much for all of your ongoing support. I really do appreciate every single one of you. That got very emotional there, like an Oscars acceptance speech for a second there, but thank you so much for the support. If you do enjoy this, make sure you leave a like on the video too, because it pushes it out for more people to see, and hit the bell on the notifications or something, and then you see more videos. Thank you though. Let's move on to our season number 7 of our Plymouth save. At the end of last season, season number 6, in the last episode, our side looked a little bit like this. We were using this system, the Barbican, which is a 4-2-2-2, and most of you, I think, would probably agree, and a few of you left it in comments too, that the weak area of the team is probably centre-back. We had Reece Williams, we had Dan Burn in there. Whilst they're very tall, are they Premier League quality? The answer is probably not. So when I went about trying to get some transfers in, some free transfers, I was thinking specifically of trying to bring in some centre-backs. And I'm going to show you what I did manage to do, but I also found that very frustrating. We talked about how difficult it is once you get to this sort of stage to sign players on free transfers. I think the AI is much better at renewing contracts and not letting really good players leave on a free at the end of their contracts. Whereas at the start, with the real life clubs, you have contracts ending all over the place. I don't know if that's a thing or whether I'm just kind of seeing that because the only players that I can pick up are not quite the top quality that maybe we're looking for. At the end of last episode, we did also look at Naby Keita, didn't we, as an option to go and see if we could sign him. I've made an offer for him from Arsenal as his contract is ending there, and hopefully he comes in. I will let you know how that goes. And the team then, the side, looked a bit like this. I'm going to go and see if I can strengthen this. I'm going to go up to the start of the first game of the next season so I can show you everybody that I've brought in so far. Let's jump to that point. And here we are then on the first game of the season. We're playing Sheffield United in our first game after having a pretty successful friendly period. Look, I went and put some friendlies in that I knew we'd be able to win, like Marjon and Plymouth Parkway. We drew to Elche and then won every other friendly. Look, I don't know where we went here. Was it South Africa or something? We played at the Magic Stadium. Yeah, it was South Africa. What a name for a stadium that is. And we in the Magic Stadium, we won some nice games there against a team called The Magic, which I just love. We won 7-1 as well, which was magic from us. I have, of course, we've been very sidetracked there, aren't we? We have, of course, though, made some signings. And I say some signings because it's actually not that many. Let me show you what I've managed to do in the transfer market so far. Of course, it is still open until the end of the month. And if I sign any other players, I will let you know in the next little update that we do, which will probably be in January or towards the end of December as we jump forward and show you how the first half of the season has gone. But anyway, let's have a look at the signings I managed to make in this first part of the window, and you can see them on your screens there. It was Riquelme, Tongia, Renier, and Tyrone Mings. You're probably feeling how I felt when I first made these signings. A little bit underwhelmed. Would I be right in saying that? Are you thinking, well, you're screwed? You're definitely getting relegated this year? Because that's kind of how I was feeling at this point. In fact, just to underline that point, let me show you, which is a really nice thing to be able to show you now. Let me show you the season preview for this year. Yeah, there we are. Look, 1,000 to 1, predicted to finish 20th. That is below the promoted teams of Sheffield United, Brentford, and Watford. It's not great, is it? It was always going to be a very tricky season then, just from this point here, and I was not feeling confident. I'll show you the signings we did manage to bring in, those 4 there. Riquelme, the first one, a left back. He's really good in my Hertha Brazil save, which we're doing over on Twitch, which is where we're Hertha Berlin, but we're only signing Brazilians. If you want to go and join that, I do stream on a Saturday and a Sunday, and sometimes midweek, but usually 10 a.m. on a Saturday and a Sunday on twitch.tv/Clayts. The link is in the description down below, but all of that good stuff. He's really good on that save. He's not quite as good on this particular save, Riquelme, but he was free, and I thought he could be a decent, maybe a little bit of competition for Lucas Piton, who's usually our left back. He's come in. The next one I'll show you is Renier. You're probably familiar with Renier, the Dortmund youngster, Real Madrid youngster. He's now 25. He's not quite developed into a world beater, as you can see, but he's a decent player. He's a decent option, especially if we were to use an attacking midfielder, which we usually don't. I'm training him so he can play centre mid, maybe as a Metzala attack or a central midfielder on attack. I'll show you some of his attributes based on that there. Look. He's not terrible. 6 tackling is a bit yikes. He's actually taller than you think at 6'1" as well. He's not terrible, but he's maybe not amazing. He's the next one. And then the last 2. I mean, do you know what? Let's do Tyrone Mings, because I sold Dan Burn. I released Dan Burn even. He went to Antwerp. His contract was up, and I thought, do you know what? We'll definitely get somebody who's better than Dan Burn. Somebody who's not 35, for example, because he's only got 8 acceleration. We must be able to do better. 7 agility. He's literally like the Plymouth hoe in turning. That is a terrible joke. There he is, though. It's Dan Burn, and I'm maybe now regretting letting him go, because I thought we'd get somebody better, and then I couldn't. We've managed to bring in Tyrone Mings, who's only 1 year younger, 2 inches shorter, a little bit faster. He's got 1 better agility. I'm now wondering whether we should have signed a fan favourite in Dan Burn. In fact, so much of a fan favourite. He's made it to the icons list. He's the one player from this save that's made it to icons. He's above me. He's more popular at the club than me. And then Yaya Sanogo and Brendan Galloway. Brendan Galloway. Yaya Sanogo, by the way, a hero in this save. He's now a director of football, and not a very good one at that. We won't be signing him. Dan Burn out, Tyrone Mings in. I don't think that's the type of business you're going to be looking at and thinking, that is definitely, you're going to be safe this year. You're going to be great. You might even qualify for the Europa League or anything like that. It's a bit scary. One good player we did bring in was Franco Tongia. I'm actually excited about him. I think he looks really good. Look, have a look at his profile here. He's a 25-year-old Italian who came from Marseille. He was at the Juventus youth team back in when he was a youth player. I think he looks like a decent player. He's natural in attacking midfield, but I think this central midfield attack role is going to be really good for him. I think he can be good. I like his 16 flair. He's going to make things happen. He's got great natural fitness and balance as well. I actually think he's our best signing this year. He's maybe our one signing that's actually good at football. I did also sell some players. Taylor Richards has gone to West Brom. I asked his mum specifically if I was allowed to sell him, and she said yes, as long as she gets a clause in the contract and gets some money from it. So we've sold him. That's a genuine, real thing that I did ask her as well, and she said yes. He's gone to West Brom for 500k. Vitinho's also gone, and we also did release a couple of players in Johnny Lucas, Fagan Walker, and the young goalkeeper Joe O'Shaughnessy. Not a lot actually happened in the transfer window this year, did it? It's a bit more quiet than usual. Maybe because it's difficult to sign people. Maybe because our reputation now must be just the team that finishes 16th in the Premier League. Do players want to come and play for the team that finishes 16th in the Premier League? Maybe they don't. And maybe that's why we've struggled to entice people. You'll notice also, Naby Keita said no to us. He ended up joining, where did he go? He ended up going to Benfica. And to be honest, Naby, fair enough. You've gone to Benfica. So it was the idea to bring him in, but we didn't manage to. that is what we've managed to do. The tactic and the setup is going to be very similar, by the way. We're going to stick with this tactic here. We're going to go through now the first half of the season up until about the end of December, start of January, and I'm going to show you how things have gone. The team probably won't look like this. It will probably look like, if I say pick best 11, a bit more like this maybe. Broher and Kaya George up front. We've got decent striking options. We've got the youngster in, where is he on here? Maffler, who I still really like because he's 6'6" and seems pretty good. I still want to give him game time. We've got good players. You know, Ethan Laird has turned out to be a really good right back, for example. But will we be able to survive? Will we be able to get any wins on the board? I'm a little bit scared about it, but I will see you halfway through the season. Let's do a click. Go on. Do you know what? We're actually doing okay here. Halfway through the season, over halfway through the season, we are sitting 11th in the league. We're steering clear of relegation. We're on 32 points. 11th in the league after 23 matches played. There's been some brilliant performances from some of our players. Kyo George has absolutely exploded into life after a very quiet first season with the club where he played 31 games and only scored 6. This year, he's got 16 and 22 in the league, 19 and 28 in all competitions. I don't know where it's come from, but I am loving it. Keep it up, Kyo George. You've been superb for us up front, and we've managed to get ourselves to 11th in the league. In fact, if I show you this league table, not only 11th, if we win our game in hand, we'd actually move up to 8th. Yeah, no, 9th. Don't get carried away. Although I am getting carried away because that is top half of the Premier League table. Can you imagine it? And we are towards the end of January. We should be fine to stay in this league. We've got a 12-point gap to the relegation zone. That should be fine, right? In fact, I'm aiming slightly high because more recently, we've had a really decent run. We've had some poor runs in there. There you can see some of the fixtures. Look, some great victories in there. We also some pretty poor, defeats, which does seem to happen with us, doesn't it? We beat Sheffield United 4-0. We beat West Ham 3-1 there. We lost 6-3 to Manchester United. That happens. We beat Watford. We beat Everton 4-1 here. Look, we beat Burnley 3-0. And then we lost 4 games in a row in December. December was not kind to us. We did draw Liverpool in the... we had Liverpool in the Carabao Cup. Then we played Leeds away, Chelsea away, and then Liverpool again. But we did quite recently just beat Manchester United. Maybe. Is that our best ever result? It might be, Beating Manchester United at home park. I feel like that might be up there in terms of our best ever results. Then a decent run in January. Did lose once to Arsenal. Recently, though, we did just draw to Chelsea. I will mention, too, there has been a slight change in system. For the most recent games, the last 4, I think it was, I've moved and I've made a change to this, which is a 3 at the back system. A 5-3-2, but with an attacking midfielder in here, a cam if you like, which I think actually could work quite well. We've got players that can play this cam position. Kubo, actually, if I was looking at his profile, is very much a cam, isn't he? Rather than anything else. We've been playing him a bit deeper, and he's all right, but he's a cam. If you look at his profile, he's definitely this attacking midfielder role. Then we've got decent players on the bench too if we want to use them. Players like Renier, if we were to bring him in. This is pretty much our team. Although, if you have a look at some of the player stats on here, Tongi's played loads of games. So has Brandon Williams. The most impressive player, though, Kyo George up front, has been sensational for us with his 19 goals. Bro has scored 9, so not too bad. Ferrai, usually playing in this off the wing over here. Ferrai has got himself, where is he? I'll show you actually how he has. He's there, look. He's actually been playing here. He has got himself 10 goals in 27 games. He's been really, really good as well. But the change of system then, playing to this system here, I think just helps us because we've got more defenders. We don't have good defenders, but if we have more of them, I think it might just work. What I'm going to go and do is go to the end of the season with this and let you know exactly how we managed to do. Before we do that, I just want to show you any updates on the transfers as well, because there's been one more signing made. Gerald Tavara has been brought into the club for free. He's just quite good at being a playmaker. We brought him in. He was really successful in the derby save that I did here on YouTube. And I've just thought, you know what? He might be quite useful for us. He's made his debut. He hasn't played too many games yet. Watch this space. Hopefully he's really good for us. And to be honest, hopefully he's really good for us. That's the end of that. We've also loaned out Jan Buchel. So not much going on in the transfer window, in the transfer market, but we're doing okay this year so far. Let's go to the end of the season. Do one more click. Why not? So I don't really know how to put this, but I think we've cracked it. I think we found the magic formula to make us into a really good team, because in our 7th season, we have finished Fifth in the league, fifth in the Premier League. Plymouth finishing fifth, just below Arsenal, above Leicester, Newcastle, Everton. We finished above Manchester City, who finished 10th in the league. I don't know what's going on. I don't know how we've managed to do this. Well, I do know how we've managed to do this. The change in system, the change in tactic has worked wonders. There you see it, look, some of the players involved. The change in system has seen us turn into a serious football club. When I last saw you, we were here after this Chelsea game. Have a look at the run we went on after moving to this 3 at the back system. We have been just really good. Look at some of the victories in there. Do you know what? We've just stopped conceding so many goals. We don't score that many, but we just don't concede as many as we used to. We beat Liverpool in this run. We beat Sheffield United and Watford, the teams you'd expect. We beat Spurs in this run. Kyle George scoring again. A new player there. I'll show you him now. Look, there's one more signing we made in January too. His name is Elione. He's a youngster. He's 21. He's Brazilian. I think he's going to be really good in the future. He's got great potential, look. He's actually already in the team. Signed him on a free transfer from Feyenoord. He's played 6 games and scored once. He's our one extra signing so far. A little pocket rocket because he's only 5'4". Elione has come in. He'd helped us to turn into a really good team. We beat Newcastle. We did lose 6-2 to Manchester City, and we just talked about how bad they are. But let's move on from that. But the most exciting thing about this is, if I show you on here, the FA Cup is on. We have made it to the final of the FA Cup. Here's our journey. We beat Aston Villa after a replay. We beat Leicester 2-1. Pellistri scored twice. We beat Brighton on penalties. We beat West Ham on penalties. And then most recently, we beat Southampton 3-1. You might say that run to the final is quite kind. There wasn't any massive teams, maybe. So there's no disrespect to those teams. But none of the big boys, none of the top 4 until the final where we're going to be playing Liverpool. Today, we're going to finish with a live com because we're going to go and play this game together. We'll play the FA Cup final. Do I think we have a chance? No, not really, but it's going to be a lovely part of our journey. We're going to go and play at Wembley again. It's going to be emotional. I think we should go and get ourselves ready for it. All right, then, let's prepare ourselves for this FA Cup final against Liverpool then. And as we do so, I will show you some of the player stats on here as well to show you some of our best performers from the season. Our best performer out of all of them, it was Kyle George. He had a fantastic first half of the season. We saw that. In the second half, he continued it. He ended up on 29 goals. 29 Premier League level goals. He has been superb for us. The worst thing is, though, he's injured for this FA Cup final and won't be able to play, which is shockingly bad news, to be honest. He's sprained his knee ligament. He won't be able to play, which means there is going to be a chance for Mafla, the young striker. We're going to move him to this side. The youngster. How old is he now? Is he 20? He's 21. He's going to start. So Kyle George drops out. We'll move maybe Tavara onto the bench. It's not really worked out for him. Let's do, Renier can go onto the bench there. And the other one who can't play is Ethan Laird at right back. Another really good player, but Brandon Williams is also really good. So I'm not too upset about that one. We'll put Tavara on the bench there as well. You can see some of the other player stats on here too. Broha got 15 goals. He was quite good. Kubo got 8 after moving him to this cam position. We had Tongia got himself 12 goals. I said at the start of the season I was expecting big things from him, and he ended up being really good. You can see who played the most games here. Hopefully maybe we'll go through these a little bit more after this final. I'm conscious that I want to get into this game. We're going to go with this system, the 3 at the back, the Cuba North Hill system, rather than the 4-2-2, which we did use for about half of the season. We're going to go with this because I think it gives us our best chance against Liverpool. I'm going to submit the team and get into this. Are you ready? Let's do this. Okay, here we go. Team submitted, and on our way we go. I just need to actually just make sure. I think we're on 2D. Let's put it on 3D because it's a final, right? Which I think we did 2D last time we did a live come. It's the playoff game, which we ultimately lost, didn't we, to Swansea. To avoid that happening again, we'll go to 3D for today. There's the Liverpool team. By the way, they've got Harry Kane and Erling Haaland, I'm fairly sure I just saw up front. There you see the 2D look. They actually do have Erling Haaland and Harry Kane in their side look as strike. Well, Harry Kane's playing off the wing here. We're underway, by the way. No highlights as of yet in the first 13 minutes. I haven't actually encouraged them or anything. Here we go. First highlight. It's Liverpool on the attack. Yusuf Demir, Gersons. Trent is playing too. They've got a scary team. It's an interesting Liverpool team. I don't know. Did they win the league? I actually can't remember who it was. Was it Manchester United or Liverpool? Here's Harry Kane. Scary when Harry Kane gets the ball. Trent's won a header. They've scored. We're 1-0 down. It's the first highlight of the game, and we are 1-0 down. They're going to check VAR, but I saw him. He ran off with his arm in his air. It's 1-0 to Liverpool in this FA Cup final, and Do you know what? I'm actually disappointed, despite the fact that I have given myself about a 4% chance of winning this final. Trent scoring a header was probably not how I envisaged them giving themselves the lead. But there we go. 1-0 after 18 minutes. We've got some work to do here, haven't we? I did encourage. It didn't go down too well with the lads, especially Mafla. I've done it again. There's a highlight that didn't seem to do anything there. We are yet to have a shot. 0 shots in the first half an hour. There we go. We've had a shot or two. That's better. Do you know what? I just want to be competitive. I just want to go, give ourselves some chances, maybe score a goal here. We're approaching half-time fairly soon, and this might be a sad end to another video. It shouldn't be a sad end, though. We had a fantastic season, didn't we? It's half-time. We're losing here at Wembley, and I got to say, it's what I expected, but it still hurt. We actually had a better second half of that first half there. I'm going to say show me something else in that second half. I actually might make a change fairly soon as well. Do you know what? I'm going to do it now. I'm not going to wait. I'm going to get Lucas Piton off because he's not playing very well. We'll do Riquelme on. We're also going to do Mafla off, and João Pedro is going to come on. We're going to make 2 changes. One because, well, I mean, the performance from Piton was terrible, a 6.2. And also, Mafla, maybe he's just that little bit young for this final. He didn't seem to be doing much. I mean, we've seen hardly any highlights. I'm just going to check. We are on key highlights, but we've seen nothing of this final, really. 65 minutes on the clock. Are Liverpool just doing what they did to Spurs in that Champions League final and just shutting this down? We've actually not had a highlight. Here we go. We're finally seeing a bit of action, and it's Liverpool that are on the attack with Alto down the left and Gravenberch now. Their team just has worldies everywhere, doesn't it? Good tackle, and Kubo's just smashed that one out of play. Brandon Williams is now playing a 5.8. What has he done to stop playing a 5.8? I need to get him off this pitch. How has he ended up playing so poorly? Here comes Liverpool. Oh my word, it's deflected wide, was it? No, it's a goal kick. I need to get Brandon Williams off. A 5.8 without... Oh, his mistake led to the goal in the 19th minute. That expects it. We'll do... We are struggling for a right back a bit. We'll do Utari on. Do you know what? This means a change of shape, I think. Let's go to the Barbican, and we'll put Broha on up front. Kubo wide. We can do Utari go right back. We can do Eliane comes on for Brandon Williams. And that, I think, works everywhere. We're going to go attacking. Can we just force a highlight? Can we go and score a set piece or something silly like that before the end here? I'll encourage them again. It looks like Liverpool are going to win this. Although, here we go. It's a chance for us on the attack, headed away by Virgil van Dijk. We've got the ball back, though. Will this be the moment? Can we take it to extra time? Kubo running towards the byline and crossing. Ugate's got it in the box. Can we win a penalty? Not like that, because he's passed it straight to them. And actually, Haaland might be on the end of this. Haaland does have the ball now on the end of it. I had my hopes so high for a second. And now it looks like it's actually going to be a Liverpool highlight at the end of it. It's Erling Haaland hits the post, and Danny makes the save, I think. I'm not really sure what he was doing there. 9 minutes to play. I guess we have to go for this a bit more. I don't really know how to. Eliane go into there? No, you can't really do it. Let's undo that. Let's go. Can we go 3? Can Tonga play up front? Kubo can play up front, apparently. I want to go 3 strikers. Let's do this. Tonga can play in there. Attack. Do you know what? Shadow striker. Let's see if this can make stuff happen. Do you know what? Let's push you guys up as well. We might as well go for it. We've ended up playing a ridiculous system, but we might as well go for this. I'm actually going to go like that, like that, like this. Can this make something happen? Out of possession. Let's push ourselves as forward as we can go. Get stuck in. Make stuff happen. You've got 6 minutes. You got 6 minutes, Plymouth, to force a highlight. In fact, as I start this, we are actually on a highlight. Here's Kubo. The changes haven't been made yet, so I can't take any credit if we do score here, which I don't think we're going to. Alisson has the ball. We've got 5 or so minutes to go and make an impression, to go and try and get back into this game. Booted long. Riquelme clears. Henderson, Cisse, Alto, Haaland. They're through on goal. It's Alto. Danny Martin, I think he made the save. I'm not sure if it just hit him. Either way, it's not ended up in the back of the net, which is all you can ask for. Corner. The highlights are starting, you know. We're on attacking. We've got all these players forward, and João Pedro has space to run into here. Can he get the cross in? He can. Headed away by Fabinho. We put a bit of pressure on here. Ugarte. Oh, what a finish from Ugarte. He's onside and we've equalised. With 4 minutes to play, we might be taking this one to extra time. Now what do I do? We're so attacking. Do we just go for this from here? But we've managed to find the equaliser. It's Manuel Ugarte. Ball back in here from Riquelme. He makes the run from midfield. And what a finish on the volley past Alisson into that far corner. It's 1-1. And we've got a chance. I'm very excited. We've got a chance. I'm leaving it. We're going for it. I'm going for it. I'm encouraging them. We might as well go for it because their team is better than ours. We might as well go for it. Corner to us. Headed on. Headed. Ah! How did we not score? I think it was Reece Williams in there somewhere. Who missed that chance at the back post? It even called it a sitter in the commentary. How did we not score? If Liverpool win it here, it's going to be heartbreaking. Tonga, don't do anything silly. We're going to actually... Oh, I thought we might even get ourselves on an attack. We almost won it from the corner. Haaland's in behind. Haaland! I think he's just scored. I think he's onside. It's heartbreak, I think. What drama. Erling Haaland's just won the FA Cup for Liverpool. He's onside. He smashed it past the goalkeeper. We missed a sitter just moments ago. Do you know what? I'm glad that I went for it. We went for it and we almost did it. I would have regretted it if you imagine we shut it down and went to extra time and lost it then. I'm glad we went for it. But I'm heartbroken that we didn't end up winning it. Liverpool are this year's FA Cup champions, FA Cup winners. You have to go and get our runners-up medals. But we go again next year where we've qualified for the Europa League. A few of you were asking about things like the financials. I'll put it into next week's video, the next season's video, the next episode. I think we'll have to leave it here on this little image here. Thank you so much for watching today. Oh, so close. So close. I'll see you next time. If you've enjoyed this, make sure you subscribe to the channel. It's going to be a bumper long episode, a very long video. Thank you for sticking with it till the end. If you're still here right now, you're the real OGs. You can let me know in the comments down below and say, I'm a real OG. Have a lovely rest of your day, though. I'll catch you next time. Bye-bye. So sad.